Yeah, let go. Let go. I ain't in the shit for the fame. 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 I ain't in the shit.
Welcome to the Hunt by Biagios. I'm your host Benny. Today we're here at Farside Vintage in Charleston, South Carolina, with none other than store owner Jonathon Garcia. We're gonna be diving into the backstory, how they got to where they are, as well as some pieces. Let's get into it. So there's a whole bunch of different vintage shops over the nation, right?
Yeah.
Thrifting has been coming up lately.
Definitely.
Like, you guys have been in the game for not only 4 years, but you guys are running the market, the show. I mean, Charleston is everyone who thrifts comes here. So I want to ask, why is that? You know, it's obviously because of the product, but what type of product do you guys get into, and what do you guys also curate?
So, I mean, we kind of specialized in pretty much 2 decades, like 90s to the early 2000s. And I think right now it's kind of the most popular kind of market right now, especially the 90s. Right now, the affliction stuff in the early 2000s, the Jinkos, the baggy, the bigger the baggy the jeans are, the better.
Sure.
So we kind of just curate that kind of stuff, you know. We really try to set stuff at prices that would tackle all price points. We have stuff from $10 all the way to $100, a couple $100, and really try to specialize stuff that people want right now instead of what we think is cool. You know, we try to give it to see what the crowd wants and try to find that stuff for them to come here, not just once, but 5, 6, 7 times. You know.
Well, it's working. I mean, shoot, it's how we've
been working. Yeah,
100%. I was coming in 2 years ago, and now just coming in every chance I'm in Charleston.
Yeah.
This is a pit stop. If you're into thrifting and you stop in Charleston, you can't not come to Farside Vintage. You know?
Definitely.
100%.
And how small it is too, we curate it. You know, we don't have a ton of space, so we really try to curate it as well as we possibly can. You know, so there's really, I mean, if you look around the shop, there's really not one single square inch that we have not utilized. So, you know, we take pride in what we sell. You know, so. It's been going well. Yeah, it's fucking dope. Yeah,
I love that, Jonathan.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's awesome. Jonathan, man, thank you again for having us here. It's been an honor being able to go around and explore your store. But tell me, man, I see you guys have so many shirts. We've gone through those. But what about your bottoms? What about your outerwear?
Yeah, so I mean, we keep it as simple as possible. This rack right here in the front, very front, will be like women's to like lower sizes, more feminine style.
Okay.
Then we have 30 all the way to 38s. Just kind of measured out, and it's all just it's by size. So you're looking at Carhartts, Wranglers, Levi's, work pants, Y2K pants, all in those sections just by size.
Literally everything.
Yeah, a little bit of everything for everybody. We've got shorts in that section. Yeah, just try to keep it as simple as possible for people to go in and out, you know?
Yeah, I love that, man. Because it seems like, you know, for the most part, a lot of guys wear t-shirts, but lately girls are getting into it too. And so for jeans too, especially, you know, that's a big girls thing. So
yeah,
ladies, you know you can shop at Farside too. It's not just men oriented.
That's right.
But, yeah, we even got the baby fats right here. It's a big staple. It's very popular. Some other pieces as well. You know, you can go darker.
Yeah, you get like true nice denims, ripped up. You know, whatever you're really feeling. You know, more close-up style, kind of baggy for women.
Any type of style.
Yeah.
Love it, man.
These are cool polos. Kind of like paint splattered.
Those are different for sure.
Yeah, super sick.
I know a handful of people that would wear those around Charleston. 100%. Alrighty. And then last but not least, I want to touch base on this right here, man. This is like the character of your shop, you know? Not only here, but I've noticed in your Savannah location, which we'll tackle more soon. But I've noticed that you guys just always have so much life. When you come in, it's not just vintage clothing. There's collectibles. Tell me about it.
Yeah, so we just like showcasing a little bit like of what we like as vintage. You know, we got the Betty Boop, very iconic. We love having the VCRs, playing old VHS.
Right, man.
In the Savannah, you'll see a lot of skate videos. Down here, you'll see a lot of like old movies. I think we're playing Twister right now. Got the DBZ little collection going on down here as well. Yeah, just like to have something for people who aren't shopping, but their friends are. They can still kind of do something. Just probably sit here and watch a movie if they need to.
I love that, man.
Yeah.
It seems like it's an environment truly for anybody.
Exactly.
Even if they're not into thrifting, it's accessible. It's like a gateway almost. They see, okay, you know, this is here, and then why not, you know, look around.
Exactly, yeah.
Love
yeah.
that. All right.
Kind of incorporate that
Yeah.
with the shopping experience.
That's
sure.
awesome, man. That's awesome.
Yeah.
All right. All right, Jonathan. Now we're going to do a round of some speed questions. Is that cool?
Yeah.
All right.
Let's do it.
Let's catch you off guard, maybe. All right. First question up. Dream vintage piece you've never found.
Dream vintage piece. Okay, there's a Jesus t-shirt that I've been looking for years. I want to find it at a good price, but it's a white shirt. Half of it has Jesus' face. It says, "He loves me," and the other face is the devil, and it says, "He loves me not."
Yo, I need
It's a
that.
very crazy shirt.
Yeah.
I always see it here and there for like 500-ish, but I want to get it one day for a little bit lower, so I've been looking for the right moment
bro.
for that shirt.
Dang, that sounds like a tough
Yeah,
tee.
it's a tough tee, dude.
Yeah.
Tough to find, too.
Dang, man. All right.
Yeah.
Coming next up, we're going to do favorite era for vintage.
Favorite era, probably 90s. I mean, just the graphics for the 90s shirts are just some of my favorites, you know. A bunch of panties, you know, Winterland, Giant, had a chokehold on a bunch of stuff back in the day. Yeah, I would say 90s.
I love that.
Specifically like 95 to like late 90s.
Okay.
For sure.
Yeah, 100%. Because 90 to 95 might have been a little different. The graphics coming out beforehand.
Yeah, well, yeah, and it's just like, that's kind of the era. I was born in 96, so that's kind of like, I love looking at like the Nirvana shirts from like the 90s and the Memorial Tribute t-shirts or stuff from that era, you know, kind of
100%.
you know, makes, you know,
Yeah.
resonates
Yeah,
to me a
I
little
get
bit
you
more.
100% because I was born in 2002. So whenever I see something 2002 on it, I'm like, I don't even like that team, but I want it. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah,
like I'm a
exactly.
Jets fan, but
Yeah.
it's a Patriots tee I'm buying. You know, and I'm just
Yeah.
gonna tell myself I'll sell it. It makes me feel better.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know,
for
that's
sure.
awesome. I love that.
Yeah.
All right, question 3. This is kind of a hot take. All right, graphic tees or flannels?
Dude, graphic tees.
All the
I
way.
wear graphic
I'm the same
t-shirts
way.
every single day. Even
Love
if I'm
it.
dressing up, it's probably with a shirt.
Yep, let's go.
So,
I love that. I
graphic
love that.
T-shirts, you know, for sure.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. Great
Love
answer.
flannels though. If it's October,
Yeah.
you know, a
No-
nice little flannel over a nice graphic shirt.
For
can't
sure.
Go wrong.
Yeah, nothing against flannels, but
graphic
graphics,
shirts for sure.
they got the W.
Yeah.
All right, question number 4. Wildest in-store moment. This could be here. This could be your Savannah location. What's your wildest in-store moment you've had?
Probably wildest experience I had was, so we're on John Street, so we're really close to the music hall. So a lot of bands
Yeah.
come throughout this street. I mean, I've seen Beach Fossils, like, you know, Stabby, the comedian. I've seen a bunch of people, but my favorite was probably our first year. We saw the same day we saw Henry Rollins, the lead
Okay.
singer of Black Flag. He was in town. He came in here really briefly, kind
No
of laughed
kidding.
at our stuff, which is like his kind of
Yeah.
his kind of character. And then after that, literally a couple hours later, we saw Shepard Fairey
Yo.
from Obey.
Yeah.
He came in here, bought a shirt, and that was in the same day. And I thought that was like the craziest shit ever because 2 people who I look up to came to
Yeah.
the shop the same day.
Let alone the same day is wild, yo.
Yeah, it was sick, dude. It was sick. So that's probably like my favorite, craziest experience I've had.
I love that.
In the couple of years we've been in the store. Yeah.
That's awesome.
yeah.
that's
yeah, it was
awesome.
Sick, dude.
I love that. All right, coming up on question 5, we've got one item that sells out fast.
I mean, Jinko stuff. Right now, the Y2K stuff is going pretty crazy. So the Afflictions, you know, we do really good on workwear. So Double Knees
Okay.
does
Right.
really well. And right now, summertime, so jorts.
Yeah,
we can barely
dude.
keep them in stock, dude.
100%.
Anything that has like George style, long jorts,
Yeah.
it's kind of what everybody wants at the moment. You
We
know?
got a chance to look at your collection in there. Those jorts, they're clean.
Yeah,
My
yeah.
first jorts I've ever bought from you guys.
Love it,
You know,
dude.
I'm
Love
like,
it, yeah.
you guys got
Clean
it.
pair too. They're sick.
Yeah, man, right? Yeah, those will always be in the closet for sure.
Dude, love that.
Coming to the second to last question, I want to know, what is the biggest misconception among the vintage community?
Double stitch. I
Yeah.
think a lot of people think if it's 90s and below, it all has to be single stitch. So I think when people look at 90s or they think of 90s t-shirts, they think of like one thread.
Okay.
But a lot of 90s t-shirts also could have double stitch. I've seen even older pieces that are double stitch as well. So I think that's one misconception that people think that double stitch didn't exist later than the 2000s, but it did.
Right.
You know, so yeah, you can see 90s t-shirts with double stitching. You know, or even early 90s t-shirts with double stitching. So that's something that I think a lot of people think or don't think too much, or you know, just immediately think it's newer, just
Yeah.
because it's double stitch, you
Yeah.
know, which could not be the case. You know?
Yeah, I didn't even know that. Like, if
Yeah.
I see double stitched, I just assume that it's newer. I'm not.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
not thinking that it could be vintage.
Yeah, yeah. So
Wow.
a lot of people think that too, and it's very interesting. Yeah.
Okay. Nice. All right. So now coming up on the last question, Jonathan, what is one thing that sets Farside Vintage apart from any other store?
That's a good question, man. I think one thing that we really try to tackle is price points for everybody. You know, I think if you go to a different city, if you go to a bigger city, I think there's a lot of vintage shops that have like, you know, required like minimum for their, you know, that's everything's like not lower than $30. You know what I mean? Or, you know, they try to tackle like crazy premium vintage. I think we try to do a good curation of a little bit of both, you know.
100%.
I think we want to get people into vintage and have the people who are already into vintage come and shop with us as well. So that's tackling the $10 up to $100 t-shirts, you know. So we really try to fill that in, you know, the $10 sections up to $100 shirts, you know. So I think that's what we do really well. Where, you know, I'm not saying none of the shops around here do that, but you know, we really try to curate it that way, you know, where, you know, we have a little bit something for everybody, you know. The new guys who are getting into vintage and the old heads, you know. You know, mix it into a really small space and curate it the best we can, you know.
100%.
So, yeah. I think that's our one thing that we stand out from a lot of stores, you know.
100%. Yeah, I completely agree with that. It's why I keep coming back, you know.
Yeah, man. Yeah. That and hospitality, you know. I think we do a really good job of just being genuine with people.
Exactly.
People come in here and they see familiar faces that they can just relate to. You know? So everybody who comes in here, we try to make them feel as welcome as possible. And
I love that, man.
That's kind of the whole shop, the vibe of the shop.
Yeah, man.
It's us doing our thing, you know. It's me, my brother, and a couple employees, and that's it, you know. So
it's another home.
We really try to show that, you know. Yeah. So
love that.
But yeah, dude, that's basically it, bro.
That's awesome, man. Jonathan, man, thank you so much for having us here at your store, man. Farside, the best vintage store around. It's an honor to come here, man.
Appreciate that, bro.
Before we get out of here, man, would you like to go ahead and just answer one more question for me?
Yeah, what do you got?
All right, so I was just wondering, for the newcomers, for the new resellers out there, what is a tip or trick that you might have for those guys?
Tip and trick would be stick to what you know. Try to sell stuff that you relate to. You know, you don't need to sell a little bit of everything right away. You can stick to, if you're into sports, sell sports stuff. You know, I think people like buying stuff from people that they like. So if you're selling at a market, it will be more beneficial for you to know what you're selling, to spark that conversation with a potential buyer about a specific shirt that you actually like, instead of trying to source a little bit of everything that, you know, it's hot right now, but you aren't really digging it. You know, so start small. Everything takes time, and then just gradually work your way up. You know, understand the market, understand what you sell, understand your margins. Make sure you know what works for you and what doesn't. You know, don't be shy, don't be scared to try new things or start from scratch again, because everything takes time. So just really, you know, you'll find your footing eventually, and you know, just try and error on everything. So I'll say just start doing it and then figuring it out as soon as, you know, as you go. You know?
I love that. Have a niche, you know? 100%. I think that's one thing a lot of people struggle with. They want to jump to too many categories.
Exactly,
So that doesn't only hopefully resonate with the people watching, but that resonates with me big time.
Yeah, dude,
But, dude, man.
Oh, yeah, it's a big one. For
sure. 100%.
Yeah.
But, Jonathan, this has been a blessing, man. Thank you so much. It's been an honor. Thank you for having us here, man.
Sure, bro.
Real one.
Yeah.
We'll be seeing more of you, man.
Yeah, bro.
Big time.
I ain't in the shit for the fame. 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 I ain't in the shit for the fame.